Katursky joins us, ABC News correspondent. The FBI is worried about our phones. Aaron Katursky, what's going on?
Yeah, they're worried about the ones that they can't get into, especially, and that's pretty much all smartphones these days, isn't it, because of encryption technology. And we knew that this, McGraw, came to the fore in the San Bernardino terror attack, but now the FBI director, Chris Wray, just told us at a speech here in New York yesterday that the FBI cannot access, in 2017, nearly 7,800 devices. That represents more than half of all the smartphones that the FBI tried to access during the course of its investigations last year, and he called that a horrifying number.
That's really interesting. Why is the FBI hacking into people's phones?
Well, they're not hacking. They're trying to get evidence that exists on people's phones because that's the way we live now. It's not just terror cases, but every kind of case seems to involve a smartphone and evidence contained therein. And so they say, just like you can get a search warrant to go into your house or a wiretap to get up on your landline, the Bureau believes that it should, with a court order, be able to get into your smartphone and access the evidence that might be there. But the technology companies are resisting. They say that if you let law enforcement in, you can let hackers in, and that everybody's phone could be blocked.
Right, but if they have a subpoena or court order to look in my house, I have to let them into my house. Why don't I have to let them into my phone if they have a court order?
Because the rules on the books never envisioned the prevalence of smartphones. And so wiretap laws don't necessarily apply to smartphones, or search warrant laws don't necessarily apply to smartphones. It's just not the way the laws were written. So the technology companies believe they have an out, and that's why it may take an act of Congress to get something changed. I don't know if you've been following Congress lately, McGraw, but consensus has not been a major theme.
So just so I understand you, I have to allow them into my house to look, but I don't have to allow them into my phone?
Well, the technology companies say they can't allow allow the FBI into their phones because they're encrypted, and even the technology companies that made the device, can't get into the phone. They can't crack the code, and that's by design. Because if you look at the way a lot of smartphones are marketed, they tell consumers that their privacy will be protected.
And so, the more bad guys know this is a safe haven, the more bad guys are going to use it.
And the FBI director was clear that just about every case the FBI is investigating now, terrorism, white collar, what have you, involves evidence that's locked inside a smartphone.
Aaron Katursky, take care of that flu. Have a good day. Thanks for checking in.
Thanks, Doc.
All right.